get my legal affairs in order to challenge your dumbass in court. Well, I am waiting in those 8 months for the adjudication board to transfer my file, and all parties will comply with what is in the best interest of the baby. And my 11-year-old daughter, Anastasia, who is through family custody parenting time allowed to visit me a minimum of 4 nights per month. Overnights per month. Whilst the new baby daughter, 3-month-old, named blah blah blah, will be living here with me in the separate segregated basement apartment suite bungalow lower half until dates of I'm requesting from February 29th until October 30th to November 11th at a minimum to seek my file transfer. I'm hereby requisitioning that first and last month's rent and any other living expenses will be released to the account and combined accounts of all members in play, so to speak, now. How was the rental agreement? Where did my yell at the stupid people one go? My investigation units report as rental agreement. That's the rental agreement. A long one ago. This one. Yes, I am seeking a follow my doctor, but the MRI, Disability Adjudication Board, as well as doctor's notes describing the service contract in regards to being a service dog to myself and both children, in the best interest of the children. My response to the Ontario government is to look at the link that is publicly stated of the review of this place, including showing how the Ontario government is using my mother's money to starve her to death on bread and fucking butter, while they are waiting for her to go into a home so they can try to foreclose on my family property that is going to a 3-month-old baby. So go fuck yourself. Investigative Unit, I am a dad writing to inform you of a serious complaint I have in regards to how my mother's care treatment has been handled through your fucking shitty ass company, Community Care and Trust, or whatever the fuck you're called. She can no longer safely live alone, especially after recently breaking her hip. And is still in pain recovery. She requires so much more than apparently nobody came today. No one came to feed her. No one came to bath her. Nobody came to do anything for her. This is how you're spending her money? You're fired. She requires more than 2 hours of attention per day with minimal interactions of food and overall care. My documentations are recorded live and backed up on multiple public internet platforms. There are 6 of them, including a hard drive backup for legal prosecutions of the federal government against you, Ms. Diansky. I am holding you personally responsible for all of it. Child endangerment, elder abuse, elder endangerment, grand larceny, fraud, theft, gross mismanagement, extortion in a vulnerable sector involving children and elderly women. I suggest you commit suicide, to be honest. We got the maid service. I'm a medical healthcare professional. That, from what I can see of your fucking brain damage method of running this place, is in the best interest of public safety. To be honest, go exacerbate Trudeau's lockdown crisis. That would make the world a safer place. She requires so much more than 2 actions. My documentations are recorded for legal prosecutions and review, including for criminal and family court, held through the Superior Court on this private estate that you think the public guardian temporary decision maker has control over. I have a 3-month-old baby daughter residing here with me and my 11-year-old daughter, who is immunely compromised. The daughter twice, even though there's 2 kids. Residing for parenting time decided strictly between the mothers and myself, and are being settled outside of courts with consensual agreements for the best interest of all children. Period. This is my situation, action steps, business plan, legal responsibility, legal response, and cosmic commitment going forward. Filing, filing prosecution charges against any violations that are not in the best interest of my mother's health and family's best interest of the children. All the children. As you are already aware, Ms. Stayinsky, as you have adequately demonstrated in your previous letter, sent on January 22nd, 2023, as you are already all aware, with up to 100,000 views on 6 different public platforms on the internet, I was emergency evacuated from an extremely violent, aggressive, dangerous situation located at 17 Maxwell Court, Bowmanville, I1C4X6, involving approximately 50 firearms, one of which is definitely prohibited and not allowed to be there, and over an estimated metric ton in weight of bullets located 30 meters from an elementary school, including a reloading station in the basement, a rocket launcher in the garage, into which the fireplace wood stove is not insured for fire safety or damage, resulting in myself currently residing at my birth mother's and family estate via property taxes and other related legal documented affairs that state that in the event of my mother not being mentally sound, everything here goes to me, and that is now going to baby Ashlyn and Anastasia, period. And if I go and pop myself in the fucking head, this stands as my last will and testament. Let's see how well you boys can play against me. Residing here with my legally licensed, registered suicide prevention service dog, Pet. As I said, I'm happy to take myself out if it means that the government doesn't get this place and it goes to my daughter. Having just freshly been diagnosed with bipolar, rapid-fire Tourette's, finishing having recently finishing psychotherapy for cognitive and behavioral processing, therapy, to safely manage my complex trauma, whatever, CTPSD, whatever the fuck you call it. Wrong button. Complex traumatic post-stress syndrome, Tourette's, caused as a result from living with my fucking idiot father, Gerard Peterson, who I am charging with everything I have in child abuse, including endangerment of my children, claiming victims' compensation, and putting my daughter homeless in the middle of winter because he is mentally fucking insane. Did I mention there's a rocket launcher in the garage 30 meters from a school? Henceforth, why I was emergency evacuated from there in the first place with my daughters. As you are aware, as stated in your previous response, Miss Dianskew, you already acknowledged on paper the awareness of my current situation and consent that myself, my service dog, and my daughters will be residing at 56 Jala Drive until further notice, and allowed to do so, including upon undergoing safety inspections that you have not sent inspectors for, to ensure the safety of my mother, Miss Lyon, upstairs, located in the upstairs separate segregated dwelling of the private estate, the safety of my 77-year-old mother, who has dementia, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, requires much more specialty care than you are clearly demonstrating being responsible for. Again, nobody came today. You want to play hardball, Miss Juliana, whatever the fuck your name is? You're responsible for this. This is your legal standing, and you have full authority. You're going to jail for misuse of that abuse of authority. My mother requires much more health care than you are demonstrating that you are simply capable of providing for my family, including a, hashtag, 3-month-old baby daughter. I have complied with all concerns of your previous letter and the response by living here completely independent in my residency and solely providing for myself and my daughters and my dog, and not interfering with my mother upstairs. I am using my ordained reverency and internationally licensed healthcare professional credentials to safely volunteer at St. Paul's Church at the Social Bread of Life Justice Cafe. There's a lot of spelling errors in this, considering I already sent it to everyone. I was tired when I wrote it. I don't give a fuck. In the kitchen, baking and cooking and providing for the homeless and the poor, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I walk 1 hour each way to the church to carry back 100 pounds-ish of food to feed my family, including my mother. 3 times a week, 3 weeks a month. Total of 18 hours of walking at over 1,000 pounds of food. Equates to a lot of fucking money on my invoice going to you, Miss Dianskew, not my mother's affairs. I have not yet replied to your previous letter, as this is my response until now, due to spending the entire amount of time working upwards of 18 hours a day to provide for my family and care that you are incapable of providing for my mother. This is all filmed, live, and documented, uploaded on 6 different public platforms for safety purposes to protect my 3-month-old baby, even though she's not biologically mine. Hi, Deb. And recorded for the courts and other legal affairs, and developing my business plan and next action steps going forward, to which my family I will require at a minimum of 8 months to reset the financial situation, waiting for the Disability Adjudication Board to release my funds to transfer my file, that to which there at that time will allow me to contribute more resources towards this, helping my mom, my family, my 3-month-old baby, including taking my mother as primary care, as my client for free, as well as my nutritionist registry credentials. allow me to accept my mother's OHIP insurance to be declared as a taxable business income expense to help pay for her groceries. I'm reading the fourth page of my response to all the bullshit after I already sent it to everybody. Also, it states in the will that if anything results in my mother being mentally unfit to handle the estate, this place goes to me. So I'm making sure that all my affairs are in order for when people read my bombardment of legal brigadeness tomorrow morning, and the investigations unit will be, well, let's just say I want a fresh caseworker who's not a fucking piece of shit and non-biased, thinking that they're going to cash in on my family estate because they're mentally retarded. My family and I require 8 months of undisturbed time for the best interest of the children and to allow minimal time to get my financial affairs in order to best provide for my daughters and my family. Respectfully, Ms. Diansky, I will not be complying with your human rights violation of requesting to be out in 5 days. Blow me, you fucking Nazi. If you have any questions, I suggest you book a trial coordinator and set the earliest court date available to explain to the judge and the jury, the landlord-tenant board, how evicting a 3-month-old baby in the middle of winter would be in the best interest of the children, including said 3-month-old baby now residing here until further notice. Yours truly, I'm a dad, ordained Reverend Father. Since 2007, Tristan Scott Peterson, IIN certified nutritionist, registered Wolfing Lodge, Clarity Tristan Sigil, Raven Wolf, as my sigil is registered with the police under my alias, nationally registered with the Superior Federal FBI Private Property Crown Land Camping authorized. Your cooperation is now required by law in the best interest of the children. Sincerely, go fuck yourself. The heir to my family estate, in ever the result of my mother being deemed mentally unfit via medical means as stated in legal documents and other legal affairs, the will of the estate now belongs to me. Is my response. How's your day been, Deb? And I thought I was going to read that in a reel. That's hilarious. I've been standing here for like 20 minutes reading my response. Apparently there was a lot of spelling errors because I was really angry when I wrote it. Can you tell? But that got sent to the investigations unit, and that got sent as my response. They wanted to know my plan going forward. This house is mine, and you have to deem me medically and financially unfit to handle it first before anything can happen. And you have to somehow overthrow and supersede the will that says in the event of my mother's lunacy that they knew about and knew to sidestep 25 years ago, everything goes to me. I feel better. I don't think I missed a single fucking any concept of anything that needs to be addressed, including the rental agreement for mom and baby to come be here. I slept all day. I went to bed at like friggin' 5. If that. I think I went to bed at like 2. Then I woke up at 5 for a bit, then I woke back up at 8. I've slept all afternoon. What's mom saying about this? Which mom? There's a few. Baby's mom, Anastasia's mom, or my mom? My mom. Oh, she wants to hear what the lawyers have to say. That's her only comment, is she can't wait to hear what the lawyers have to say. She's clueless. She has no idea what's going on. I keep telling her that this place has to be safe for Anastasia to come, and she keeps arguing, well, Anastasia hasn't been here in 2 months. Yes, Anastasia has not been here in 2 months. I haven't even spoken to her in like a month. Because this place has to be mom approved, and now that it's safe for a baby, it's safe for an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old and me and her. Does she want you to move out? My mom, it depends on, well, I don't know. One day she loves me, one day she hates me. Why do you think I'm all fucked in the head? She was fine with everything until I had to call the cops on the person who tried to take advantage of her. That, as you saw, came here under the ruse of being a plumber and a trained EMS PSW who could help me take care of my mother. And then she robbed my mother and took off with a bunch of the clothing and the donations from the church. To which I reported it stolen, to which that's stealing from my mother in a vulnerable sector. There's a warrant out for arrest, and my report got added to that, and she is not allowed on the property. Does my mother want me to move out with a 3-month-old baby? It doesn't matter what my mother wants. She's not medically fit to make decisions. I don't know what she wants. All I know is that no one came today, Deb. I was gonna talk to the other PSWs. There's a Ashley and there's a Eden, interestingly enough for names, that take care of my mother, and nobody came to feed her, to take her pills, nothing. Her whole packet of pills is fucking missing. And she's not supposed to be left alone with it. I don't know where her pills are. I don't know why nobody came today. No one came to feed her. I made her a sandwich. I left it for her. She's been watching TV all day. What are they gonna do if I move out? Nobody's here to fucking watch her. She just broke her hip. She's fallen numerous times. And in the past, the only reason they released her from the hospital is that I agreed for the doctors I would move in here and take care of her in the first place. Nobody wants me to move out. The thing is that when I moved here, I didn't respond fast enough to Miss Dianskew's request to know what my next steps are. Because I've been so busy making sure and figuring out what those steps are before I even responded. So because I didn't respond, I just got a letter saying I got 4 days to be out. Go fuck herself. She can't send me a letter saying I'm allowed to be here until further notice. And then because I didn't respond fast enough or adequately enough, change your mind after the 3-month-old baby is coming tomorrow. It's a human rights violation. They can go fuck themselves. I haven't stated on record they can commit suicide and access the maid service. I'm a holistic health coach registered. I'm a registered healthcare professional. I'm allowed to make those kind of recommendations to make society a safer place. Say it right to the fucking judge. It's this week. She's got to be out by the 1st. Her and the baby are being evicted in the middle of winter too. She's got days to find a place to live. So we've got this place set up, and yeah, they're coming this week. So I just read my response live for all the internet, and that's what I sent the trustee, that's what I sent the trustee's manager, that's what I sent the elder care abuse unit, that's what I sent my fucking federal officer who handles my file, that's what I sent the Ontario Works managers that handle our affairs, my accounts and Jess's accounts, that's what I sent everybody. Like fucking 12 different people got a copy of what I just read, including the links to these videos of me bitching. And if nobody likes that I call nigger Nazi, well, I got brain damage and plausible deniability that I'm not mentally capable of handling what comes out of my mouth. I'm still mentally fit to handle my mother's affairs. I'm a trained, registered healthcare professional, and I have not missed a single credit card payment in over a year. So they have to deem me mentally unfit to handle the estate, my mother's property, and everything else. And they will be paying my attorney to take me to court to sue them, is my response. Sorry, Miss Dianskew, that it took me so long to get back to you. Gotta go, phone call. Yeah, I gotta go upload this too. See you in a sec, Deb. Miss Dianskew, you have 14 hours to comply with my demands, or I am hitting your entire Ontario government with Maxwell's fucking silver hammer of the century.